Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa, and I think I am slowly losing my mind, ladies and gentlemen. So I want to make this quick, short, super fast guide, which is the survival guide to Overwatch Competitive Season 2. Now, what I want to talk about here is some very basic things that everybody should know and everybody should be doing when they play competitive, or hell, even playing in quick play. It applies absolutely everywhere. So the very first thing, and this is a thing I am always saying to every team, to everybody. I've said this in about 30 different videos, probably 40 different videos, probably 50 different videos. Who even knows? And it is this, ladies and gentlemen. Repeat after Sty. Do not trickle in. Just don't do it. What this means is don't run into the team. Like, I was playing a game on King of the Hill on Lijiang, and our team was just trickling in repeatedly, and they were not listening to calls to say, guys, just wait, attack as a team. They were going in, basically single file into the point, and the enemy team are all sitting there. It's a 1v6. They die. The next person comes in, they die. The next person comes in, they die. Honestly, guys, nothing triggers me more in this game than watching a team trickle in, because they should know better. Everybody should know better. Never think you can be the guy who can take out the whole enemy team. I don't even care if you've got your ultimate up. You cannot do it. You have to attack as a team. When you attack as a team, it's like you've got all of everybody's abilities are combining together. If you've got a Lucio with you, you're benefiting from his speed buff, from his heal. Any other hero, insert them all. When you're together as a unit, you are much more powerful. You can see how triggered I am by this. Just do not trickle in, guys. Do not trickle in. Go out and tell the people, do not trickle in. Always attack as a team. If you die and you know that you've trickled in, that's fine. Just wait for the team. Stand still. Maybe spam the group together thing if you don't want to use your microphone, or type, guys, let's just group. Anything. Whatever you do, don't flame. All right, guys, we've got that out of the way. Do not trickle in. Now, also, if you get caught behind enemy lines, then just die, because you always need to attack as a team. I'm losing my voice. I'm getting so crazy about this, right? I just said about this, always attack as a team. So what I've seen happening is, players, when you get involved in a big fight, let's say we're on Hollywood, you go in, there's a big fight, but your Reaper, your Pharah, your Tracer is behind the enemy, and she's not actually died. But she's sort of, you know, right round the bottom by the large health pack if you're attacking the first point. Maybe she's around there, and she's like, guys, I'm still here, I'm waiting. Don't. Just die, because what you need to do is sync respawn waves. You always want to attack as a team, and you always want to defend as a team. What you don't want to do is go into an attack, 2 or 3 or 4 of your team die, and then you carry on fighting out. You're drawing out the fight. That's actually working into the hands of the defending team, because they're fighting like a 6v2 there. They want you to stay alive, because by the time your other guys respawn, they can kill you, and then they're attacking with a 4 instead of a 6. So if a push fails and everybody dies, and this especially applies to Pharah players, Genji players, Tracer players, if you're in behind, just die. There's no shame in it. You're not going to be able to take on the team. You're not going to be able to solo them. Just die. You need to resync, respawn waves. Thank you. Communicate basic information as well. Don't be afraid to use a microphone. I say this time and time again in all guide videos that I've been making. If you see a Tracer behind, then just go, Tracers behind. You don't have to talk to the people on your team. You don't have to make friends with them, but it will help you, and you will most likely get more chance of winning the game if you are proactive in your communication. You don't need a microphone either. It takes like literally 2 seconds to type on the keyboard, Tracer behind, or something like that, you know. Always try and give information, because information is king in Overwatch, and this is why things like Widowmaker's ultimate, if Widowmaker was like, I don't know, a bit more viable, would literally be the best thing in the game. In fact, the ultimate probably is the best ultimate in the game if you want to talk in that kind of sense. It gives you information on players' locations on the map. That is insane. So think about this. If you can somehow simulate Tracer's ultimate with team communication, then you're going to win, because it's a super, super strong ultimate. And information, ladies and gentlemen, is king. Key, king, whatever. If you've got it, you're going to win. And that's what you need to do. Try to be flexible as well. Don't just think, right, I can see we've got no supports on this team, but I'm going to stay as McCree, because, you know, I'm playing McCree, and I don't care what these guys think. I'm going to carry the game. You're not. You're going to lose. If you've got no support, you will lose. The enemy team will beat you because they've got way more sustain. So if you've got no supports, that's obviously quite bad. If you've got 1 support, again, that's quite bad. You most likely want 2 supports all of the time. Sometimes you could use 3, but most of the time you want 2 supports. So if you see that you need an additional support, it is time for you to stand up and go, right, I'm going to take this responsibility. I'm going to play the Lucio. I'm going to play the Mercy. I'm going to play the Ana. You've got to do that, or play the Zenyatta, because it will give your team more of a chance of winning than you staying playing on the McCree. Now, what I see time and time again is when people sit down and they're like, I'm McCree, and then they start flaming at the Genji player. Oh, we need support. You need to play support. Why aren't you playing support? Hang on a minute. If you're the guy shouting that, or if you even think that, you need to think to yourself, right, I'm going to swap. I'm going to play the support, because it's all right you telling somebody else what to do, but if you, I mean, you've got to put yourself in that position and think to yourself, right, I'm going to actually step up, and I'm going to, you know, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to play the support because I know we need the support. A lot of games in Overwatch are won with team composition. It doesn't matter if you're the best McCree ever. Your team will be better served with you playing a Lucio in that example where you've got no support, or maybe you've just got a Mercy, because it's going to give your team way more sustain. It's going to allow the other DPS to perform better, which actually would equal more than your impact on the game. So always remember that. And the last thing I want to talk about is flaming. Do not flame your team. Do not get aggressive to your team in the chat. I've seen this again and again and again. I've been playing in duo queue, triple queue, mainly duo queue, to be honest. I've played in one 6-man team once as well, which obviously, you know, we were all together. We're not going to flame each other there. But then I've played some, I played a couple of solo queue, and I played, obviously, duo queue, as I said, most of the time. And there have been people who have been absolutely horrific. There was somebody who was a Mei and insisted on playing Mei, and the chat was like, we need another support, because we did need another support at that time. I think I was playing Anna, possibly, if memory serves me right. We sort of needed another support, but this Mei player was then just typing in the chat, you don't know who I am, I've got 90 hours on Mei, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that, I'm Mei, I'm Mei. And this player, throughout the whole game, was just typing in the chat. And you could see this player was getting angry and angry and angry, even to the point where I just muted the player, because I didn't want to see this crap in the chat. But that player was not doing anything in the game. It was just standing there. So we were in this situation of, yeah, this person is not going to change to a support. This person is going to play Mei. You will get these people, and it's like, right, that is fine. Just stay as Mei. I mean, other people should have stepped up there and picked up the support instead of flaming the Mei, right? Which goes back to my earlier point. Just, you know, don't flame your team. But this Mei player may as well have not even have been in the game, because she stood there and just kept typing and typing and typing to us instead of actually getting involved in a fight. Spent most of the game in the spawn telling people they're bad, that she's great, and oh my god, it was so bad. And I just don't understand why people do that. I mean, I think it comes down to people taking things personally. You know, if somebody turns up to you and goes, hey, in fact, I've had this. So I calibrated at 2,980 something, which is just below diamond, so it's platinum. But the platinum badge looks like silver. And I've had people telling me to change my hero because I'm scrubbed here and all of this. And I'm like, what are these people talking about? They're not even ranked. You know, I'm in a game with like nobody else that's ranked. I'm ranked. What are you talking about? So you get like a lot of misinformation and bad flaming. What I want to say, guys, is please go out and say to your friends, and even do this yourself, do not be nasty. Do not be an arsehole to your players on your team. Do not try and force change if it's not going to be accepted. What you have to do is play with what you've got. But as I say, do step up and be flexible if you need to be. If you have no supports or you have no tanks, then do consider being the guy who plays a tank or being the guy who picks up a support, because it will increase your chance of winning the game. Alright guys, I've been Stylosa, this is Unit Lost. If this video has helped you, then please like and share the video and all of that good stuff. And remember to show your granny, and I don't mean Anna, I mean your real granny. Oh my god, you know she needs to see this. You can follow me on Twitter, guys, which is @UnitLostGaming. If you've got any other tips, then leave them in the comments below, because we need, as a community, to get much better at playing this game, and just not mechanically, but better in the sense of working together as a team. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Stylosa, this is Unit Lost, and I will catch you on the next one. Toodaloo.